Hey, I'm Gory B Movie and I'm a horror addict, and today I'm here with a spoiler-free review of Havenhurst. So, Havenhurst is a 2017 movie that you can find right now on Netflix. It's directed by Andrew C. Aaron and written by Andrew C. Aaron and Danielle. I was particularly excited for this movie because it stars Julie Benz, whom I loved as Darla on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and whom a lot of you might remember from Dexter. It also stars the lovely Jennifer Blanc and has a cameo by one of my favorite actresses, Danielle Harris. So is Havenhurst worth adding to your Netflix queue? Well, I'm going to give you guys a rundown of the plot, and then we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the gory. Havenhurst is one of those movies where a character finds a place that's too good to be true, and it turns out to be evil. So the Havenhurst is this beautiful old apartment building that rents out rooms to those looking for a second chance in life. Julie Benz plays Jackie, a recovering alcoholic that is offered a room at the Havenhurst so long as she follows the rules. For Jackie, that means staying sober and minding her own business. But for her, that's easier said than done, since the apartment she's renting used to belong to her friend Danielle, played by Danielle Harris. The owners of the Havenhurst say Danielle just moved out, but we know from watching the opening scene of the movie that Danielle was chased by some unseen force and then pulled up through the roof of the elevator. However, it seems that Danielle has left behind some clues as to what's really going on at the Havenhurst. But in order to discover the truth, Jackie is going to need to break a few rules, and at the Havenhurst, those who break the rules end up dead. So let's move right along to the good. Honestly, the best part of this whole movie is that opening scene. There's great action, suspense, and Danielle Harris. I was also really impressed by Dendry Taylor. She plays Tammy, one of the other tenants in the Havenhurst. I also really liked the Havenhurst itself. The building is beautiful and it has a lot of character, particularly when its mysteries are revealed in the third act of the film. And I won't spoil those mysteries for you, but I will say that it connects to a real-life true crime legend, which for me made it all the more fascinating. Alright, strap in because it's time for the bad. I don't even know where to begin. There is so much wrong with this movie, and a lot of it comes down to bad writing and bad production. For starters, there's no visual storytelling here. It's all exposition, including the most annoying form of exposition where characters speak out loud to themselves. Now, I'm not saying I never talk to myself. I talk to myself all the time. But you know what I don't do? I don't problem solve out loud. And when I hear characters do this in movies, to me it feels clunky and forced. It's telling rather than showing, and that's just bad writing. Another irritating plot detail is that Jackie has a cop friend who conveniently seems to show up all the time. He's at her AA meetings, he's at the Havenhurst, he's always around. I mean, seriously, doesn't this guy have a job? Why does he have so much time on his hands to just follow Jackie around? Even Julie Benz couldn't say this, and she just looks confused and tired in every shot. But back to that bad writing. We're continually beat over the head with the information that Danielle is missing and Jackie's a drunk. And really, there isn't a whole lot of story here, so it feels like they keep going over these 2 points again and again to fill up time. The whole thing just looks and feels like a bad TV movie. The soundtrack is like something out of a survival horror video game. The characters are all one note, and all of their decisions seem made to further the plot. And these characters make the dumbest decisions, so much so that if you are still paying attention by the end of this, you'll be shouting at the screen. Okay, it's gonna be hard to talk about this one without giving away spoilers, but you know what? I'm gonna do my best. What I can say for Havenhurst is that if you want blood, you got it. There are a number of kills, and a few of them are pretty gory. What I really liked was the way these kills came together, which ties directly into the mystery of the Havenhurst, but let's just say it's pretty cool. Also, Havenhurst isn't rated, but if it were rated, I would give it an R. There's a fair amount of violence, adult language, and Jennifer Blanc shows her boobs. So, should you see it? I don't give this rating out very often, but I'm gonna have to say, burn it. Havenhurst is a complete and total waste of time. Seriously, don't watch this. There are so many other things you could do with the time it would take you to watch this movie. You could walk your dog, you could knit a sweater, or better yet, you could watch another movie. Seriously, I'm doing a public service by telling you to avoid this. You'll thank me later. Or you won't because you don't know what you're missing, but trust me, you're not missing a thing. Now, if you have to watch it, just watch the part in the beginning with Danielle Harris. Of course, you might end up watching it because I built up all this intrigue about what the mystery of the Havenhurst is. There's only one thing to do. I'm gonna have to spoil it for you just so you don't watch this movie. Alright, the Havenhurst was one of the early projects of H.H. Holmes. He's the serial killer that built a whole hotel just for murdering people in. And I know, that sounds cool, but it's not worth putting yourself through this movie. Instead, just watch American Horror Story Hotel. There you'll get H.H. Holmes and all the blood and nudity, and the most important element of all, a good story and great production value. So when you're browsing through Netflix, skip right on past Havenhurst, find American Horror Story, and watch that instead. Well, my work here is done. Cut! Normally, this is the part of the video where I say, hey, if you enjoy this, give me a thumbs up. But you know what? I earned that thumbs up. I did a freaking public service today, so go and hack that puppy already. Also, if you're new here, subscribe, and I can warn you about other movies that you shouldn't see, and better yet, tell you what movies you should see. There are some really good ones out there, but you'll never know if you don't subscribe and ring that little bell thingy. And if you have seen this movie, I am very sorry for your loss of time. Leave a comment below letting me know, and I'll send you many internet hugs. And for those of you that haven't seen this, I would love to know what you're going to be doing with your time instead of watching Havenhurst in the comments below. Thanks for watching!